Alright, my lovers, it's 2008 and everyone's so excited they can taste sick in their mouths because Heathrow's Terminal 5 just opened. Or actually, that might be the norovirus doing the rounds. Either way, new rides at the Royal Mile. Yay!
Guys, Woolworths closed this year. It feels like yesterday. Hi, you guys, doesn't time fly? It is 2008 and it's time to deal with the old entrance area because, you know, it's only been 8 years since we moved the main entrance. It's just no biggie, it's fine. And actually, to be honest, this week was meant to be the B&M Invert episode, but it's jumped the queue because, in case you can't tell, I'm not very well. Again, yeah, second time this series. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the first one, though, so it's all good. Anyway, this area was always meant to be planned to be the kids' area, and this is how it is looking right now. So I'm taking a lot of cues from Gardaland with this one and how the kids' area is up against the main entrance area and how it fits against the road and stuff. So you can see that I've moved the boundary of the park out. We're now running alongside the staff road here and the main road here, so this is now the external of the park. We've got 2 new rides, hooray, of course we are. Guys, you can totally see where this is going, by the way, and if you can't see where this is going, then you are not a Nerd Chacho fan. That's all I'm going to say. So our 2 new supporting rides will be in here. Of course, as always, by the way, I've kept all of the original buildings in so you can see where everything was. Of course, we're going to get rid of it all and everything's going to make sense. So 2 new supporting rides. We do have a relocated Ferris wheel. This poor Ferris wheel over the last 70 odd years has just been moved so many times. And it's been moved again for reasons. That's all I'm going to say. And then in this area, I'm starting to reprofile some of the pathing. So it's been the same inside here since 1930. Hello 1930. So it's about time that we actually did some work in here. So I've got plans to split the building into 2. One side will be a gift shop. One side will be a food unit. And now that means that this area needs a bit of reprofiling. I've taken some of the patio area out. We're going to have some stairs and stuff going on in here. And I'm opening up the pathway around the back. So whereas before this would have been the maintenance area and stuff, I'm actually going to open up this area so it all comes around. And then I think I'm probably going to make this into another shop. And then we'll possibly need to update the toilets. So, this is going to be a lot of work. If last week's episode has shown me, like, even the simplest of refits of an area turns out to be a lot of work. So let's see how this is going to be. I think this is going to be an ordeal. But hey, see you in a minute. Ah, there you go, you lot. It's simple and effective, and remember, this was never meant to be a bulldoze and rebuild project. This is a refit project. The context of this is completely different to the Lido stuff that we were doing, and I think this fits the area just perfectly, especially as you've probably already worked out what the future for this area holds already anyway. And this might all seem like a little bit of a lazy yeah but what episode. This is exactly what this park would have needed at this time, and whether they would have built in a kids IP, that's completely open for debate. But the IP that we do have is not quite on air yet, so we've kind of just got to deal with what we are given, and this is the area. And I love how this has turned out. It's different, but it's also familiar. It's all the same. There's lots of things that have changed and lots of things that haven't. One thing that hasn't changed is the stuttering of the game. I can't wait for my new PC to arrive. It's tomorrow, by the way. So hopefully the next episode should be filmed on the new PC. I wonder if it's going to make any difference. Anyway, these are the two new rides. I've changed the colours. I've kitted out the queue lines. I've done everything that I wanted to on this one. They have no names. Feel free to submit your names in the comments, and I'll just use the ones that I like. So let me know what ride you are naming. But yeah, on the outside then I've just put this really high perimeter fence. I did have visions of having lots of foliage and stuff hiding the outside world from the inside, but actually the tree lined roads and stuff is the theme of the entire park, so this feels a little bit more fitting than anything else. It doesn't really need to cut itself off from the outside world. It is what it is. Then there's our lovely little Ferris wheel. I swear, little Ferris wheel. Now the reason that I've moved it is not only because we've got a roller coaster that's coming in the future down there, and we need to do some groundwork and prep work for it. This actually would be one of the kids' rides that would be in this area. It feels like that's the right place to have that. And the other Ferris wheels that we've got are too big, and they would be out of place there anyway, because they're sightseeing Ferris wheels. So, yeah, I like it. And then down the bottom here, what I've done is I've put some mulch and stuff out the front, and then just made it into flower beds, just to break up the concrete and the stone a little bit. And with regards to the path cover, I did originally think I was going to swap it out for herringbone brick and make it a bit more modern, but actually I think I prefer the stone, especially as like we've grown up with this area like this, right? So this feels like actually it's right. And then around the outside here, I have just put some dapples of flower beds the planters and some trees and stuff, just to give it a little bit of shade. Again, it's all going to get redeveloped in the future anyway. I can see that this area down here would probably be an extension of that. I can think of something that would go in here quite nicely. So yeah, watch this space. Watch this space. Let's go down here. So this is one of the old buildings. Now, I love being able to use or leave references of what used to be here in here, right? So we know that this building is in the exact same location that it would have been as the entrance. And I've actually left the stuff here that was originally on the walls. I've just like plastered up the bits where the shops were, and I think this is important. It's all part of the heritage of the park, and it's all part of the bits, like last week we talked about there being the flower bed over in the queue line, where you could almost see where the original queue line was, but the times have moved on since, and it's just like there's a ghost of what used to be there. That's exactly what I want to do here. So I have also then extended the building out so that the design is consistent, and then of course we now have ride photos in here. I'm still having the photo problem, so I'm not fighting with the game. I'm just going to leave the screens blank, especially as at the moment it takes an hour and a bit to reload the park, so you lose a lot of time in game crashes. And then over this way, this is I fought with this so much. I fought with this, and I had to keep going back and remembering to myself that this is a refit project. This is not a rebuild project. So this building would be the same shape, the same size, the same whatever. It would just have licks of paints and whatever. Colours would change, but the building itself wouldn't. However, what I did give myself was the license to do the inside here. So this is now so different. It's so different. It's all kiddie-like, and it's all playful, and it's all colourful, and it's in the Chateau colours. I think I made a design faux pas with these, by the way. I did, because this is clipping and all sorts, and it actually looks a bit jank. But what I did want to do is something a little bit art deco, not art deco, but like artsy-fartsy, because remember, it's 2008, so that's the kind of style that we were going. So I wanted this to stick out slightly and to stick up slightly, and that was kind of what I was going for. However, when you see it in mass, it just looks a bit crap. So I will just pretend that doesn't happen. So I have put like these breakfast bars, as we call them here in the UK. I've put these breakfast bars all along here with the seating and stuff, and then I've just put this other breakfast bar at the back here, and then we've got the same over this way, and then we've just got more seating and stuff, and then this just wide open area, because this would be the main thoroughfare of the shop, right? So this is very, very, very different, and remembering that this also would have extended beyond this wall, so this is a new partition wall that's been put in, so that's all different. And then the ceiling is different, so I've just put these little stepped bits down with the colour and whatever, and yeah, I dig it. I dig how this is looking now. I like it. And then if we come, whoa, where are we going? Into this space, this is it's the gift shop. Now, there's nothing new in terms of gift shoppy type stuff in here. I want to keep this simple again because of what's coming in the future. Remember the whole principle of don't put too much effort into something you're just going to scrap later. So I've just thrown this together as a gift shop. But there's a sign there, and Thuzy, that's mine, right? That's a thing. You can buy merchandise with this on. Hint, hint. It's an actual thing that no one knows I do. The link for that is in the description, by the way. So yeah, I've just made all of the gift shop and stuff what it needs to be, and it is what it is. And on the outside, again, the building would just be painted, or maybe not even painted, but I've changed the colour of the awnings just to give it a bit of colour, and I've changed the colour of this wall just to give that a bit of colour. Yes, and then this pathway has now opened up, because of course this used to be a small backstage area and it was always fenced off, but it's now open, and I have now got a games unit in here, so there's lots of games and stuff going on. Now, I did toy with the idea of having windows and doors and stuff in here. So the reason that you're not seeing them is because I spotted, I can't remember where it was. I don't remember where it was, but I spotted a games unit that didn't have any kind of covering, and I was like, well, hang on a minute, surely you would need doors and windows for when it rains or when you've got bad weather or out of season and stuff. And as it turns out, what they do is they have boards in storage, and when they come to the closed season, they just put the boards up, and that's all they do. Or if they get bad weather, they put the boards up. So this would always, whoa, hello, this would always be open, and that's always going to be the case. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy to call that done. And then of course you've got the toilets living there. I'm not going to show you those because, you know, you judge your toilets, you know what they all look like. And then, yeah, just the foliage and stuff around here just finishes it off, really, just makes it complete. Remembering that this used to be the busiest area of the park. It used to be the entrance that used to sit here. And now it's just the back end of the park, and it's almost like it's the forgotten and loved part. It's like the complete juxtaposition of use. And I am so here for it. Yes, there you go. There it is from the top. And there's the view of the entire park. Look at how much it's grown up. It's just incredible. Like, this park just keeps changing with every single episode. And guys, thank you for getting to the end of this episode. I really, really do appreciate it. I am running a fever. I'm going back to bed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. That would be awesome. And if you haven't liked the video, then also please do. All the buttons for those are below. We are going to do the roller coaster next week. It is the B&M invert next week. I promise. I will be doing that. Until we speak again, please look after yourselves. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi, you guys. Massive, massive spoiler for this one. But I wanted to humble brag for a second because the new computer has arrived, and this is what the Royal Mile looks like on a 4090. Yes, everything has just got such fidelity. It's like it's a whole new park. I have gone from 7 FPS on a completely closed, paused park to 21 on paused. Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it handles City Skylines 2 pretty well too. But like, everything just feels like it's brand new. Everything just has this crisp fidelity to it. And I mean, it's like it's a whole new park. Look at it in all of its glory. Yeah, so I'll talk about this more next week. I just wanted to show this to you, that the quality of everything is about to get better because I've got a system that can handle it now. See you next week.